Hello, everybody. It's Marci Melzer from wavesofcommunication.com, and today I have a very special video for you. It's Halloween time. It's October, and we have a few weeks before Halloween. And so this is the perfect time to get ready. Everybody's home this year for Halloween, trying to keep it safe. So I have 5 safe and fun language facilitation Halloween opportunities I'm going to talk to you about today that you can use with your late talking child to teach language about the season, to have a bunch of fun, and who doesn't want to make progress and have fun at the same time? As I always say, if it isn't fun, it isn't fun. And Halloween is probably one of the holidays that is the most fun if you celebrate it, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how to do that. It's also the perfect time for you to like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me all about, what you're doing for Halloween, and share this video out because I'm going to have some great ways for you to make the most of this season. All right, we're starting with tip number 1, which is to start your dress up play now. Dress up is an amazing opportunity for pretend play, and pretend play is amazing for language facilitation. And Halloween's all about dress up, right? And the first tip is to wear a different costume every day for the week of Halloween. Halloween's on a Saturday, and you can start the weekend before coming up with every single day a different costume. And that way, your child can choose the one they want to have as their main Halloween costume, but you also take advantage of exploring, checking them out, and you get to dress up more days, right? So Halloween is the perfect time, and this is how you want to choose your outfits. You don't have to have anything that is made up. I mean, Halloween costumes can be all across the spectrum, from dressing up in your clothes so that a child can be a mom or dad for Halloween. It's all about role playing for dress up with language facilitation. So you want to really talk about the role that you are playing. If you are the mom, what kinds of things does the mom do? If you are the dad, if you're gonna be, I have other ideas, like use your science goggles, come up with, are you gonna be a repairman? What could you make? What idea, costume, identity, role could you make out of the things that you have in your house? So if you pull out your old dresses, what could you be using these dresses? You could be a shop lady, you could be a mom, you could be a business lady, whatever, wearing your clothes. If you've got things like goggles or kitchen utensils or anything like that, what character role can you create out of these objects? Here's another one. Here's a fan. Like, I found this great fan. What characters, talk with your child about what characters can you create around the props that make up your costumes, okay? There's all kinds of things. There's fake teeth, paint, dress up, all the kinds of different things. But when you think about the role behind it, we're not just dressing up to be silly, we're dressing up to play a role. This is when you can really get your language facilitation going, because if you create a character that's similar to or related to the character that your child has created, for example, if your child is the mom, then you be the baby. If your child is the veterinarian, then you be the dog. Or if your child is the dog, then you be the veterinarian, right? You want to use these connected kind of characters that you're creating with your costumes to do more role-playing stuff, all right? And then the other thing you want to do is swap costumes. So if maybe one day you're the mom, or every day you're the mom and your child's the baby, if you want to swap and, let's say your child wants to be a firefighter one day and they carry around a hose and wear hats and their rain jacket on, and then the next day they want to be a different, character and you want to be a firefighter. It's a really good idea for you to try out the costumes that your child wore already, because they're going to see how you behave in your costume, which is why it's important that you dress up with your child. Like I said, create costumes that you can make scenes out of. Doctor, patient, veterinarian, dog, businessman, and you're having business meetings. Who's giving the lecture? Who's running the show? You can do waitress, waiter situations, chef and diner situations where you're working together. And sometimes you're the caregiver in those roles, and sometimes you're the one that's cared for. And these are really, really great ways for you to expand this whole dress up idea for Halloween and to do some amazing language facilitation. And the best trick about this is you don't have to stop when Halloween is over. Keep your dress up box handy. That's where I found all the things that I'm wearing today, is in my dress up box. I used to have it handy with my kids whenever we had to dress up, role play. We did book reports, all kinds of things. I've got a box that's full of costume stuff, and I've got a box that's full of art stuff that I keep in my house. I don't really need them so much anymore, but I have them here to show for you on videos. And, for example, I'm going to be going out and doing some other things in the community, so I've got my costume set all ready to go. Okay, tip number 2 for Halloween fun that is safe is to visit your pumpkin patch or Halloween harvest festival, whatever's going on in your area. This is an amazing way for you to experience fall-like things, even if you live in an apartment. You can get out to these places, and the most important thing, I've got 3 tips about this, is really experience these outdoor events from a multi-sensory perspective, where what does it smell like? In fall time, things are the plants are dying and we're harvesting the veggies and stuff. So you'll see a lot of fields plowed up, dried out corn and hay and things like that. And it changes how they smell. It doesn't smell fresh anymore. It smells different. Fall smells smell different. As leaves are decaying and dying, off the tree, they smell different. They sound different. They're crunchy when you walk on leaves. They feel different. Green leaf versus a colored leaf. These multi-sensory experiences where you're looking at how things see, feel, taste, smell, all the different experiences you have when you're out and about looking at fall things. These are going to be amazing language facilitation opportunities to talk about vocabulary that you don't get to talk about other time. All right. Now, you want to also use these opportunities that you go out and about as training for the actual Halloween day. Wear your costumes when you're out, because I know not very many people are going to be trick-or-treating, but if you're going to be wearing costumes and you want to have an experience in the community, the pumpkin patch is your perfect time to try out your costume. Even if you're not trick-or-treating or getting candy, it gives your child a chance to wear it out of the house. So wear your costume when you go to the pumpkin patch and take your pictures there. It's like your pre-trip for Halloween. Get your photos done, all of that stuff, because this year on Halloween night, people aren't going to be going door to door. You're going to want to have those memories and create them yourself with your child in the community. Wear your masks, make sure that you socially distance and keep safe while you're out. But outdoor pumpkin patches are the best places for you to be out in the community right now, because they're usually on big property, you can spread out from other people, and you can keep with your own little family to talk about each thing you look at. Look at the animals if they have petting zoos. Make sure you engage with everything. Take advantage of those experiences. Okay. Let's get into tip number 3 for your Halloween fun is to decorate your home and yard with a theme, okay? Now, you can decide on a Halloween theme that is related to a story, or you can be more general and decide whether you're going to be scary Halloween or fun Halloween with happy pumpkins or scary blood dripping skulls and things like that, right? You decide with your family how you want your house to look. If you've got a box of decorations that you pull out every year, pull them out and reevaluate them, okay? See what they are. Let your child go through them with you while you decide which things you want to use, where you want to put them. Let them help you as you hang up things and peel off tape and stick things to the wall or hang up lights or spider webs and things. Just be careful about wildlife. And that's one of the tips that I have about decorating your house and yard is consider the wildlife that live in your area and how the season is changing. And you might want to consider part of your outdoor decorations to be feeders of some kind. You can make bird feeders, squirrel feeders, things like that. These can be really super fun fall projects, and it's like you giving a treat to the animals in your area. The birds and squirrels and other local animals are stocking up their piles for the winter, so you can help them out by providing a treat for the locals. And be careful about your decorations too. Don't hang things up where birds can fly into them or animals are going to eat things with paint on them and stuff. Just keep everything natural in your yard so that the local wildlife will benefit. Okay? And then the other one about this is take lots of photos again. Get your costumes out every single day and do photo shoots in your yard with your costumes, with your decorations, all the things that you have for Halloween. Take lots of photos and videos of you playing with your props, with your outfits, and playing with the pumpkins and the Halloween things, because it only happens one time a year. Get in. Do it every single day. This month, starting today, you should have fall and Halloween related activities every single day you can do. Carving pumpkins, cutting out pumpkins, decorate your house with things you make as well as things you buy. And the more time and energy you spend into creating and talking about these decorations, the more opportunities you have for language facilitation, because your child is there listening, watching you. Of course, you're going to demonstrate everything you have them do. Let them watch you, invite them to join. Don't prompt or hand over hand. And again, if your child is not interested in any of these activities, then you have to make them fun and exciting and attractive for your child. You can't just set these things up and expect your child to show up at the party. Use them to help create the party. Halloween is an immersive experience this year, right? We're dressing up every day. We're taking pictures. We're making videos. We're creating stories about these characters. Use the whole experience of Halloween every single day. So you've got some Halloween thing every day. Ooh, my hat's getting a little itchy. Talk about your costumes too. What if they bug you? What if they're too hot? What if they're itchy? What if they don't make sense? Then that's maybe not the costume your child wants to choose. Right? If you let them have input in what they're wearing and what they decorate around the house and what they do when they visit the pumpkin patch, you'll get a lot more engagement with your kids as long as you help them be part of the process, okay? All right, now we're moving into number 4. Tip number 4 is to prepare and eat Halloween foods. Seasonal stuff that we don't get other times. Of course, there's candy. We have to talk about the candy situation in your house. Do you eat candy? Do you have candy rules? Are you gonna get candy? If your child's not going trick-or-treating, how are they gonna get their candy this year? You've got to find a way to work it out, to see and talk to your child, because if they are of trick-or-treating age, if they're elementary school age and they went trick-or-treating last year and they loved that experience, you have to let them know, wait, we're doing something different this year. Things are going to be different this year. Just as much fun, but different, right? So talk about other things besides just the candy on Halloween Day. Remember, you've got a whole month here, practically 3 weeks, to get going with your Halloween things. So pumpkin spice up your life. Taste some pumpkin spice things. There's all kinds of things flavored like pumpkin spice. There's natural, whatever. Get them, try it, make pumpkin breads, drink pumpkin things, taste it, see how it goes. Also, our apples and caramel and fall, corn, and all different kinds of things. It doesn't have to be candy to be fall related. Remember, this is harvest time. So there's lots of things growing and being harvested that it's bountiful. There's lots of things to cook. Think about the squashes that you're eating. If you haven't ever cooked squash for your child, this is a great time to do it. If you want to introduce them to it in a fun way, put some butter and brown sugar on there, right? That's how I eat sweet potatoes every day. Talk about eating foods that are orange and black. Not black because they're burnt, I guess, or maybe so. Decorate the things with a holiday flavor and look, right? So you want to decorate your cookies, you want to do kinds of things using these themes, because if you decorated your house with spiders and bats and cobwebs and things like that, your food couldn't resemble it. Ooh, this looks good. Maybe your food looks gross, right? Ooh, this looks like eyeballs, or this looks like blood, spaghetti sauce blood. Some people even make Halloween themed meals where they have things like spaghetti and meatballs and they call them eyeballs and worms and blood, right? You can always get excited, cool, fun ideas by immersing the theme of Halloween with the theme of cooking. And just having that idea, you can do this with any theme, but Halloween is super fun, right? Because there's lots of things. It's creepy or fun, and you can go both ways. You don't have to be all one way or another either. That's what's so great about it too. Everybody celebrates in their own way, and this is how you can do it. All right, so let's see more cooking things. Campfire cooking. If you live somewhere outdoors, fall time, people are having bonfires, having weenie roasts, cooking marshmallows, making s'mores. This is the time of year to introduce your child to those things. If you don't live outside where you can make a fire and you have a gas stove, try teaching your child how to roast marshmallows over your gas stove. I've been guilty of this in my past. These are fun things you can do to experience fall, even if you live in the middle of New York City, right? You can enjoy fall things. Even you can roast marshmallows over. It doesn't even have to be a gas burner. Trust me, you can do it. So think about that. And then again, choose your candy wisely. Make sure, remember, if you buy a lot of it and there's not a lot of trick-or-treating, it's going to be in your house. So make rules around your candy distribution. How much can you have every day? 1 piece, 2 piece, that kind of thing. Talk about giving and preparing gifts for other people. Make somebody else a cake, make somebody else things, make food for the birds. Those kinds of ways to talk about, instead of all about how do I get more candy, it's about how do we help everyone have treats, right? Because it's a great time for treats. It's bountiful and it's Halloween. All right, moving into number 5 is all about Halloween events in your community. And this is where you're going to have to do a little bit of research around. But there are many, many places, if there are things open in your community, that are offering Halloween trick or treat alternatives, right? Events. The aquarium where I volunteer, Moat Aquarium in Sarasota, Florida, they're having special Halloween things where you can get a discount if you wear a costume, and at the aquarium they're even having some games and things that you can do. They've already got their aquarium set up to be safe with mask rules and physical distancing requirements, and they're operating at 50% capacity. So it's perfectly safe for you to go to places that already have those rules in place, and guaranteed they're doing something for Halloween because they're all trying to boost their attendance. They all lost money and they can't keep themselves full because of COVID. So it's really cool to try these events. If you haven't been out yet and you're scared about going out, then check to make sure that they have all of the safety ideas in place, the mask policies and stuff, and then you can feel good about going in. And then talk about these events with your kids. Talk about what you're going to do together, okay? And let's see. In-home trick-or-treat sessions. This is another Halloween event, right? Normally the big event is all about trick-or-treat, right? Going out to trick-or-treat. And you can make an in-home trick-or-treat event yourself, and that will help your child have some trick-or-treat experience. So you can do it by putting people in different rooms. Like if you have more than one family member, put each family member in a different room and have your child carry their bucket and go trick-or-treating to each person. And you can use like one family at a time. You can interact with one family. A lot of families will choose just one family to interact with depending on the restrictions in your environment, and you're there together and you're not doing community stuff that's open. And encourage just one family to share with the other family. We bring things, you bring things. Have a tiny little party with just some friends that you know, because the most important thing is the people getting together and having a good time. It doesn't have to be massive to be a party, right? You can have a party jumping on your bed and blowing balloons and just your family and have a good time for Halloween. It doesn't require a crowd, okay? It's fun with a crowd, but this year we don't get crowds, so we have to make the best of it and have fun anyway. Okay? And here's one more community thing you might want to investigate. If you really, really have invested in your costumes and your child is all into it, find nursing home opportunities where they're having like walk-arounds, where they have like the residents looking out the windows and people can walk by in parades and things like that. Again, making sure that you're staying distant from people, but these are places you can go and at least the seniors in the community can see the kids they always love. I used to take my kids to the nursing homes all the time, and I know they're really missing companionship with all of the problems with COVID and visitation and stuff, and they really miss seeing humans. And so seeing little kids dressed up for Halloween, walking around the outside, that's a really cool thing. And, just go teach your kids to wave, show off, do dances in front, all of that. And I think that's a really cool idea too. So look for things in your community because there are. I have one more that I had. Scavenger hunts. This has been popular. I've seen these out before. And I have two kinds of scavenger hunts. These are events in the event section that you can do. One is a costume photo shoot scavenger hunt where you, as a family, are driving places to your favorite places, like maybe in front of your child's school or in front of the post office or public buildings, the store, places that you normally go in the community, places in the park, monuments, things like that. That's where you go, and then you take photos at each one, and if you split into teams, you can have a competition about it, but you don't have to. Just do it with your family and drive around and have a photo shoot, a Halloween photo shoot. We're going to take our pictures in front of the fence. We're going to take our pictures in front of the tree, in front of the monuments, in front of these places. So that's a costume scavenger hunt. And then you can always do scavenger hunts where you're looking for things to collect, nature things in the community, pine cones, things like that. And so these ideas, hopefully, will help you come up with something different to do this year for Halloween where you can facilitate language as well, okay? So let's see. Jenny is joining me. She says, thanks for the ideas. We literally reserved our space at a pumpkin patch earlier today. Excellent. And we are really looking forward to it. Love using fun opportunities for language facilitation. And Jenny, that is what it's all about. If it isn't fun, it isn't fun. And these Halloween language facilitation opportunities, these are kind of ideas that you can take even out of the season. Every season has its own fun things to do that will help you Get ideas to talk about, to explain, to do new, because especially if you're doing, distance learning and staying home with your kids, it's getting boring every day, the same thing in the environment. The only exciting things they have are new things in the community or things they're seeing on their computer. And you want to start to take those experiences and help your child, immerse in your family and really share these experiences so that your child learns from them. You don't have just a one afternoon, evening to go out and trick or treat. You have all month to practice and play with costumes and treats and visiting and gifting and all kinds of fun things with your friends. And that's what it's all about, I think. It's of gratitude. Our season of gratitude, I know next month is Thanksgiving and stuff, but we're heading into it with our bountiful harvest time right now. And hopefully these ideas will help you get your child, to the next level with these new things. A lot of kids really love Halloween, and you could have a breakthrough this season. All right, really quick before I go, I just want to show you, just like I do every time, this is my book. It's called If It Isn't Fun, It Isn't Fun, which is all about Halloween and everything else. And it's called Teach Your Child to Talk Faster Than Speech Therapy, because that's what we do. I teach parents how to use natural events and occurrences in your life, everyday things and fun holiday things, to teach your child all the spoken language they need to share their wisdom with the world and have fun experiences with everyone. And that's what we do. If you're interested in working with me, please visit wavesofcommunication.com to learn more about all the resources I have to help parents. And I think I'm not seeing any more questions, so I'm going to keep this one nice and short for a quickie Halloween video, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye for now. Thanks for listening in today. And remember, there are tons of resources across my Waves of Communication platform to help you get started today on your language facilitation journey. There's more than 200 free videos on YouTube, a daily blog in my group on Facebook, my book, If It Isn't Fun, It Isn't Fun. Teach Your Child to Talk Faster Than Speech Therapy is available on Amazon and Audible, and my coaching programs. And all the details are on my website at wavesofcommunication.com.